haven't looked at doesn't know. The life you haven't looked at,
The life you haven't looked at is something you don't even know if you want.
you don't even know if you want. Okay, okay. I like that you're completing the other part. It's not worth living. Okay. All right, does anyone want to add to that? Thank you. Kylie, want to add?
You want me to tell you what I put down?
I do.
A life where you don't truly know yourself is not worth living.
Where you don't truly know yourself.
Mhm.
That's good stuff. Elijah? You ready? You sure? You had a really good thing to say. Don't be. Thank you, lady.
If you want to explore yourself, then there's no worth living. To find out things you might do or who you really are.
There may be things you want to do. Maybe something in your heart, places you want to go, who you really are. I like that. And we're going to go deeper as we talk. This is a deep look. This, like, 8th grade level, this is not always something you talk about every day, right? Okay, wait.
I said the sentence says that life is not worth living if you don't explore your life.
If you don't explore it. Do you think that's something that can be done in a day or in a year?
Takes a lifetime.
Say that again?
Takes a lifetime.
It's gonna take a lifetime. Okay, good job, guys. I agree. So real quick, we're gonna just go to page 10. Follow along as I read the first 3 sections from part 1 of the allegory of the cave. Do you know what an allegory is? Anyone know what an allegory? You feel comfortable with that? When you,
Is an allegory like a mystery?
you know, it's like that. It could be a story. It doesn't always have to be a story, but it's usually a story that it's got characters in the story, but they really represent something deeper, a deeper meaning, a deeper way of looking at something. So they tell the allegory, and you look at it, and you're like, and then you try to think, how can I apply that story to life? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, with that being said, part 1. The cave. Socrates. Imagine this. Again, he's talking to his brother. People live under the earth in a cave-like dwelling, stretching a long way up toward the daylight is its entrance, toward which the entire cave is gathered. The people have been in this dwelling since childhood, shackled by the legs and neck. Thus they stay in the same place, so that there's only one thing for them to look at. Whatever they encounter in front of their faces. But because they are shackled, they're unable to turn their heads around. A fire is behind. There's a wall between the fire and the prisoners. Socrates. Some light, of course, is allowed, namely from a fire that casts its glow toward them, but it's coming from behind them, being above and at some distance. Between the fire and those who are shackled behind their backs, there runs actually a walkway at a certain height. Imagine that a low wall has been built. The length of the walkway, like the low curtain that puppeteers put up. Think about that, right? You have a curtain, puppeteers. Think about that. It's a wall. It's low like that, okay? Half of it's covered, right? There's people behind them. They're not aware. Imagine that low wall has been built the length of this walkway, like a low curtain the puppeteers put up over which they show their puppets. The image is carried before the fire. Socrates. So now imagine that all along the wall, people are carrying out all sorts of things that reach up higher than the wall. statues and other carvings made of stone or wood, and many other artifacts that people have made. As you would expect, some are talking to each other as they walk along, and some are silent. Glaucon, the brother, this is an unusual picture that you are presenting here. And these are unusual prisoners, his brother Socrates. They are very much like us humans. I responded. So this is under what the prisoners see and hear. Socrates, what do you think? From the beginning, people like this have never managed, whether on their own or with the help of others, they've never managed to see anything besides the shadows that are continually projected on the wall opposite them by the glow of the fire. They're seeing a projection. That's all they've been able to see. Glaucon, how could it be otherwise, since they're forced to keep their heads immobile for their entire lives? Remember, can't move their head. Socrates, and what do they see of the things that are being carried along behind them? Do they not see simply these, namely the shadows? Glaucon, certainly. Socrates, now, if they were able to say something about what they saw and talk it over, do you not think they would regard that which they saw on the wall as beings? Glaucon, well, they would have to. Socrates, and now, what if this picture also had an echo reverberating off the wall in front of them, the one that they always and only look at? Whenever one of the people walking behind those in chains and carrying the things would make a sound, do you think the prisoners would imagine that the speaker were anyone other than the shadow passing in front of them? Glaucon, nothing else. By Zeus. Socrates, all in all, I responded, those who were chained would consider nothing besides the shadows of the artifacts as the unhidden. Glaucon, that would absolutely have to be. I'm sorry, 11. Everyone go to 11. That's it. That ends part 1, my bad. Okay, yeah. That would absolutely have to be. That was part 1. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. Just a sec. Before I ask the question, I really want to make sure I look at my notes real quick. Okay. No? Yeah, okay. What do you think's going on here? Can you imagine how many times he said imagine? Are you imagining real quick? Is this weird to you? Are you thinking, what did you see? So, yeah. I want you to real quick see if you can draw an image of what I was trying to describe, okay? And then as we talk and the more we go, what you're drawing may change. It's an illustration. Just what was coming to your mind. And look, I'm gonna give you about 3 minutes, okay? It's 9:50. Just draw what you think, and then we're gonna take this a little bit deeper, okay? What did you see? Right here. Just use this. Okay. I know you have some abilities. I know you have some abilities to illustrate. In your mind, after having a conversation, do you see them? Do you see what he was describing? Do you remember who the characters are?
Socrates and Glaucon.
Okay. Who's Socrates referring to? Okay. Maybe what they're doing? What's behind them? Right? This is Socrates. Socrates' brother. And what is he saying that they see? What is the image he's trying to get from his brother to create in his mind? What was he talking about? No, you're good, that's fine. Just keep over here. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? And then maybe what they were doing. Think about even their head. Awesome. Can you tell me about that? Oh, awesome. Yes, because it's just like that too with the wall, so this kind of represents the wall, the curve. I love it, And so they can see half like you've drawn. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna do about a minute. And then we're gonna read together, okay? What you got? What you got? That's cool. Does anyone about that? What you got? Change around the neck. That's incredible. The fire behind them? Dude. Okay, I love it. And do you remember where they actually were, what they're in? Anybody been in the cave?
No.
What do we know about it?
Yeah, I have
Dark.
Missouri. I have
You got rocks around. It's in a big old rock.
And it's what inside?
Dark.
Alright. Guys, y'all really are doing great with your stuff. So together, if you don't mind, we are going to engage in a core reading, and we'll draw something else in a little bit, or actually tomorrow. You're gonna engage in the core reading now of the 4th section from part 1, okay? So I already read that, so we're just gonna look at that one more time. All of us together. The 4th section, 1, 2, 3, 4, starting with what the prisoners see and hear. Are y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Socrates, and everybody just go. What do you think? From the beginning, I can't hear you.
From the beginning,
People like this have never, whether on their wall or with the help of others, to see anything besides the shadows that are continually projected on the wall opposite them by the glow of the fire. Glaucon. How could it be otherwise, since they are forced to keep their heads immobile for their entire lives? And what do they see? Keep going, guys. Everybody. They would have, I'm sorry.